Welcome to the Philosophia channel where the love of wisdom meets Alethes.Sophia. Hi, I'm Alethes.Sophia. This is the first episode of Daily Plato, where I get to share with you the Plato that I have come to know and love over the years. One of the most inspiring things to have ever been written by Plato comes from the end of Book 9 in Republic. We'll go over the passage together, but I'll give you some context. So far, Socrates and his interlocutors have been engaging in a thought experiment where they've invented up a conceptual city in order to get a closer look at what justice and injustice look like. To note, the main purpose and topic of the Republic is not for Plato to try to tell you how he thinks is the perfect way for an actual city to be. The real topic of the Republic is actually justice itself. The reason why they use a city instead of a human being is because presumably it's much easier to look at the minute details of a larger thing than it is to look at the small details of a smaller thing. Socrates explicitly says this in Book 2. So anyways, as they finish up their talk about what they think that a just version of this conceptual city would look like, Glaucon expresses a doubt about whether such a city, i.e. the one that exists in words, really does exist somewhere on earth. To this, Socrates responds to Glaucon's worry by telling him that it actually doesn't matter whether or not a city like that currently does or ever even could exist anywhere on earth, because what's really important is that the virtuous person would act as if they were a citizen of this made-up city, because that's the city that would make the quality of their souls better. Okay, so let's take a look at the passage. In the passage, Plato has Socrates say that the virtuous person will keep his eye fixed on the constitution within him and guard against disturbing anything there, either with too much money or with too little. Captaining himself in that way, he will increase and spend his wealth as far as possible by reference to it. Where honors are concerned, too, he will keep his eye on the same thing. He will willingly share in and taste those he believes will make him better, but those that might overthrow the established condition of his soul, he will avoid, both in private and in public. Even when it comes to participating in public community life, Socrates says that the virtuous person would only participate in the public affairs of the just city, the model of which he holds in his mind. Plato has Socrates say that there may perhaps be a model of it in the heavens for anyone who wishes to look at it and to found himself on the basis of what he sees. It makes no difference at all whether it exists anywhere or ever will. He would take part in the politics of it alone and of no other. Now, just to clarify, the word heavens here is obviously being used in a figurative way. It's meant to refer to the non-physical domain of the mind. Plato is not here talking about a world in some afterlife or a place where the gods live or any of that sort of thing. Okay, but why doesn't it matter? Why say that it doesn't matter at all whether this city, this just city, exists anywhere on earth or ever even could exist anywhere on earth? Surely it must matter if it is going to have some bearing on the decisions that you make, on your actions. Well, there's two reasons why I think that Plato has Socrates say that it just doesn't matter at all whether such a city exists anywhere in reality. One reason is that Plato wants the virtuous person to be proactive instead of reactive. The key difference here between being proactive and reactive is that when the agent is being proactive, she is being an authentic and intentional creator of her chosen reality through her actions. Whereas when she's being reactive, she's being a passive and unintentional agent by simply perpetuating a reality that probably someone else has chosen. Okay, and the second reason why is because it's through our actions that the better elements in our imaginations can be manifested in our current reality. In other words, if we can imagine a better or more improved world than the one we're currently living in, then that better world, that better future world, can only be manifested in our current reality through faith, meaning persistent belief, and mindful action. And so I think Plato's point here is really that it's only by living in the end, as they say, or acting as if one's imagined reality were already the present, that this gap can be closed between what's imagined and what's real. This is such a powerful and empowering message. It's so inspiring. It's such a powerful thought. If you liked this episode, please like my video so that I know that you like it, and I'll make more. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and put in the comments about your thoughts.